Do you struggle to speak off the cuff? Do you hate it when you're given last-minute presentations or asked random questions? If so, this video is going to be perfect for you because I'm going to share with you a structure that you can use in any impromptu scenario which will allow you to answer with confidence, composure, and class. My name's Kyle Murter and I'm actually an impromptu speech champion. Just a few months ago, I competed in a contest where you're asked a random question, could be on anything, and then you have to stand up in front of 300 people and deliver a 2-minute speech. Now that contest went very well for me because I used a special structure. But before I share what that structure is, please subscribe to the channel. If you want to improve your speaking, this is the place to be because every week I'm bringing out new public speaking hints and tips. So what is this magical structure? Well, it is this. Pet. And I'm not talking about your childhood hamster called Jimmy. I hope it was called Jimmy. Instead, I'm talking about point, example, tie. I'm going to talk you through what each of these mean, and then I'll actually give you a demonstration. So point. When you're asked a question or are in any kind of impromptu scenario, it can be very helpful to make your point straight away. There are two reasons for this. Number one, when you immediately make your point, you sound very confident. You sound very sure of your answer. And then secondly, when you put that point up front, it gives you as the speaker direction. You know what you need to say next. Because the opposite of not making your point is this. The answer could be this, but it might also be that. Oh, and there's this other thing which I also forgot about as well. I'm not sure. You seem unsure, clueless, and directionless, which is never a good start to any impromptu presentation. Once you've made your point, whatever that may be, you then want to move into an example. This is where you back up your key point by either sharing a story or by sharing a fact. And what that story or fact should do is give the audience undeniable proof that your point has merit. And lastly, this brings us to tie, which is all about tying your information back to your audience. So you've made your point, you've made your example, but what does it mean for the people sitting in the room? How should this information change how they think or how they act going forward? Tying your information back is essentially telling the audience what to do with it. So now let me give you a demonstration of what the PET structure actually looks like in practice. Now I know this video is recorded and therefore it's not impromptu, but it should give you a clear idea of how to use PET. Let's say someone asked me, Kyle, what is the best drink in the world? I could say, the best drink in the world is Iron Brew. Why? Well, for example, it's the only drink to outsell Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Fanta, and all the other big brands in Scotland. So what does this mean for us? Well, it means just because you're not as big as your competitor doesn't mean you're not as good. So there's just a random example of how PET can give structure to your impromptu presentation. So I hope that helps for your next impromptu presentation, and I hope this video helps as well for making sure that you sound confident and not nervous when delivering those impromptu answers. Subscribe to the channel and I'll see you in the next video.